All right, my mic is up. The chill sounds of Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze.
We got Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze on the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos. On the threes and fours.
The threes and fours.
And 6 and all the other ones.
Onesies and twosies.
This music maybe makes me want to fly.
Makes me want to take a nap.
A nap would be nice.
Dude, I am about naps.
So I was watching People's Court on lunch, like I normally do.
Yep, standard.
Like I usually do. And there was a case about fake Yeezys.
Really?
Yeah, this guy had bought some Yeezys for $285, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And he bought them for his girlfriend, and he got them late. He bought it from a guy who bought it from a guy, and all that whole thing. And he was late by like 5 days because he was buying it for his girlfriend's birthday. So in a panic, the guy was like, I've got to get some Yeezys, so I'm just going to go buy another pair. So he bought another pair, and when he got the other pair from the other guy, he noticed a lot of differences in them, and ended up, you could tell they were fake.
Yeah, sucks.
They were what?
Huh? They were fake. In other words, like...
No, what were they?
Oh, Yeezys.
What the heck is a Yeezy?
Robert, would you like to explain?
It's like the shoes that Chris wears almost every day.
I see.
It's Kanye West's line of Adidas shoes. That's what they were made for. They're kind of...
if you guys are saying there's no video but the audio is because I'm making the 3-split screen real quick.
Some of them look cool, and then the most recent ones look like absolute garbage.
Interesting.
Yeah, not great. Is Bobby loud to you?
I'm old.
That's fair.
But are you loud?
But Bobby is a little loud.
Am I?
Yeah, I think that's just
Maybe is that balanced a little bit better?
I think so.
Well, great. Now I'm zoomed in a little bit more, so I'm going to look like I'm
Hulk smash.
You want to have Anthony come try
more
and fix
prominent.
it?
Yeah, Anthony, can you zoom out a little bit on my camera? And again, guys, we're going to have... So, Zachary, pro tip... you must be new to here. Do this before the podcast. What you're actually tuning into for YouTube is you're tuning into the audio recording of the actual podcast. Yeah, a little bit better. Go down.
Go away.
Yeah. I know it's a new tripod. So you're tuning into the video of us recording the actual podcast. So you're not going to get the actual podcast. Hello, I'm getting a phone call from Leavenworth.
He said Erica's just a bit low, so
that the
I turned
prison?
him up a little.
I don't know.
How's the audio out there?
Other
guys?
way,
We'll
Anthony. Whatever direction you're going,
We'll
go
be
the
live with the
opposite
video
direction.
soon, but
Keep going.
You don't have to talk.
Boom, right there.
I was gonna say you don't have to talk in the mic to Anthony.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Yeah, now we're all level. So, in your face, Zachary.
audio is
What did
great.
he say? I didn't see it.
He said, pro tip, Bobby, maybe do this before the podcast.
This is the before the podcast.
This is the before the podcast.
There's no podcast.
But you'd know that if you were a loyal listener.
HPAM, Harry Potter Answer Man.
Harry Potter Answer
Coming at you live.
All right, we'll turn down the music for you guys that don't like this kind of music.
I really thought you were just going to turn it up very slowly.
Don't like
to
riding
hit
in
'em with it.
elevators.
That would have been typical me, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or play back over "Cool Daddy Slick Breeze" over and over.
Cool. Do I still have that?
Well, I sure hope not.
I don't know.
Guarantee it, you do. It's your ringtone, Bobby.
Hey,
Of course
cool
you still have
daddy,
it.
slick breeze.
You really need to clip that and just have
I
it
know.
like on a soundboard.
Hello, Bobby. Cool, Daddy, Slick.
That one's
Breeze.
really cool too.
And they have one of the iPad things where you just hit.
Yeah, just
and make, we did that for a while. Remember?
I
Eric?
do. Back when we used to record in your office.
Yeah, but there was such a weird delay on it.
What was it? There was
There was all kinds of noises.
yeah. It was weird.
Let's see. So Bobby watches
got-
People Court at lunch and has to
we
have
have
the
video?
young guy come fix his tech. Is it Matlock and dinner at 4 p.m.?
Maybe so.
The young guy fixes tech. He wasn't fixing anything. He was just adjusting the camera while I was on the camera.
You're looking at the camera like we're live on the cameras.
Oh, I am, aren't I?
Yeah, we aren't.
We are not. These people got me all riled up on the chat. I can't even.
Dude, pro tip: do it beforehand.
Yeah.
Act like you've
Your
been
mic
here.
is now off.
I'm just saying what the chat said.
Oh, you're just speaking
Just
for the
quoting
people, huh?
chat.
Well, obviously this episode is off to a tremendous start.
Yeah, now we're
We're
set.
even a day late.
We are even a day late. So we apologize to everybody for being a day late. We had some meetings that ran long yesterday, and we were tired of seeing each other. So we said we'll do this tomorrow, which is not
Yeah,
today.
this is weird.
Eric and I need to be switched.
This is weird. Like
I did it
I'm
again.
pointing.
Yeah, you did.
Is that weird? Does this look weird to everybody?
Are you?
When it,
Hey,
Uh,
Chris, what does EMAC have? I guess you'll have to find out.
you will
shortly.
find out soon.
what do you mean? What does he have? Oh, the
It's
disc
in front of him. Also, thanks for tuning in, though.
You guys are the best fans. Even when you point out what we do wrong.
Here comes somebody.
Did we turn off? Did we turn off like autofocus on this camera last time?
No. Oh yeah, that was an issue, wasn't it?
Yeah. Will you check if it is? Anthony.
Because you're a little blurry.
There, is that better?
No. Nope.
Did I do it the same way exactly?
You did the exact
Same thing.
I moved to the left about a quarter of an inch.
Well,
I
I thought
need
that
to
would
be-
fix it.
I need to be on the far left side.
I thought that would fix it. All right, 3 split. And now,
Thank you,
okay,
Anthony.
wait, wrong camera. Add cam 2.
Brent, if
There.
you need,
So
you need
Eric
more-
needs to be in the middle.
I'm
that-
a middle.
that is
well,
correct.
I am in the middle, so
This is true.
the easiest way to figure that out would be to look at
Just
how
say,
we're
look
sitting.
at
just
what's
look to your
happening.
right.
Eric Oakley is currently in Las Vegas.
Are you
practicing
Moni in the middle?
for
Moni in the middle.
The
Moni.
Las Vegas Challenge.
Mamoni. Vegas?
When does that actually start?
That starts not this weekend, but the next.
Thursday?
Ready? You ready?
Is that right? Thursday,
Ready.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
In a blink of an eye, Robert and Eric will switch positions.
I need one of those. Some smoke.
Yeah. Is that what they sound like?
Like Michael Scott has at
Bam.
the beginning of that episode.
We did it.
No?
All
Screwing
right.
up Kyle's viewing schedule. Yes, we apologize. We're still in college classes today.
is it?
Huh?
It's Michael Scott.
It's Michael Scott.
All right.
It's hot dog, a sandwich, or taco. Brent Bentley, that question is just,
It's neither.
it's neither.
It's first of all, it's definitely not a taco.
No, but you've got me interested. A hot dog taco. Maybe. With like a brat or something.
Classic blend moonshine wardens.
brats, but they
I
gotta be
think
good. They
those
gotta be good
exist,
brat.
Caleb.
that
Classic
again?
blend
I
moonshine
like
wardens. I think
brats
those
are good,
exist.
but they got to be like a good
Like
brat.
grilled.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew says, I told Bobby with all the weight he's lost, he needs to change his name to Bobby Cool Daddy Skinny Breeze.
Ooh.
I still got quite a bit to go, but we'll get there.
He's putting the hurt on
I
it,
saw
though.
a picture the other day. I don't know if it was a time hop or what it was, but you looked crazy. like
the difference?
this.
Oh, when I was really skinny?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
like
when
super,
you were
like
training for the
when you did the marathon.
Was it when I was looking down?
Yes,
Yes.
like
that
at your
picture.
camera, I think,
Yes.
or something like that?
Yes. It was at Worlds. Dadgummit.
Portland, right?
I think so. It's Portland Worlds. Yeah, and I remember Dee Dee had a big tent in the middle, and I remember walking up and saying hi to everybody. But I was filming for Disc Golf Planet.
How dare you?
Yeah,
Traitor.
traitor.
Yeah, traitor.
But yeah, he.
Yeah, I was like at that point. I think I was like 180 or something like that. So yeah, that was when I was marathon running, where it was like running 50 miles a week.
Running 50 miles a week.
Well, I mean, by the time it was all said and done, maybe 30 miles a week.
Still.
That's a lot.
Same.
When can we expect a new trooper bag?
Except
Don't act like
driving.
it wasn't product placement in recent videos. We don't do stuff like that, Shane.
We have never put Easter eggs in any
We
of
have
our
never
videos.
hidden stuff in our videos.
I had one in my video from Durant.
What the heck, Eric?
Sorry.
Come on, man.
We've never.
It wasn't like I wasn't doing it on purpose. It's just where the bag was.
Disagree.
We never put
Okay.
stuff behind.
You're right.
I was there. I
We
know.
never put stuff behind us to hide to show it off.
Oh yeah.
Ever.
That's been announced though, right?
True, but we haven't showed them the disc.
That's true. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard Fayetteville, Arkansas is getting a Torchies. Come on, man.
How far a drive is that?
Further than Tulsa.
Fayetteville.
Really? That stinks.
Arkansas?
I think Fayetteville is like 4.5 or 5 hours, something like that.
Yeah. We need Topeka to get one.
Need Emporia to get one if you're gonna
Yeah.
like go out. If you're going out there, you might as well.
But Topeka or Wichita or something like that will get it before we.
I think
Yeah.
Topeka. I could see Wichita getting one.
How big is Topeka or how big is Wichita over Topeka?
Wichita's bigger than Topeka.
by
Quite
a lot.
bigger,
Oh yeah.
I think Wichita may be the biggest city in Kansas.
What about Lawrence? Shred said Lawrence.
Lawrence would be cool. I could see that.
Please try and act like I'm not going there at least once a week, even though it's more than an hour drive each way.
Well, yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah. Sure.
Don't even try and act like it.
Grubhub.
Would you deliver? It's going to be a little bit of a drive. Don't worry about it. Get lots of tacos. I'm sure other people will also order.
Oh yeah.
We'll tip well. Anyway.
Anyway. I posted on Facebook page, ask you when to expect the GAM for the week. It hasn't been approved yet. Now it's kind of mute. Can y'all just tell me whomever is in charge of that? Just never mind. Joseph, I wouldn't say I'm in charge of it, but I'm the one that checks it a lot.
So it's Bobby's fault.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's like nothing waiting. Sometimes there's like 5 posts waiting. And you're probably thinking for the disco fans?
I approve them occasionally.
Yeah, I think Eric does that. But the reason we do that is because in the past it's got out of hand where people are trying to sell stuff. And I really want to keep that group on topic. I mean, I like to have fun with it. We like to have fun with the group. But
So asking when the show is completely out of line.
yes.
Don't ask again. We're staying on topic.
We're staying off topic.
Yeah.
Isaiah says he's ready for match play. Ooh, he's ready to put some hurting on some Emporians, huh?
Dude,
Yeah.
he's lucky that his rating isn't already over 970.
Right?
So he can actually participate.
It's like 968 or something like that.
Dude. On the way in, I was thinking, you know what we ought to do is in our free time, start a new podcast where we only talk about Torchies and The Office. And
Okay.
Then we could just call it Disc Golf Answer Man. And everyone would laugh because they'd be like, that's all you do anyway.
And we'd have 134 people watching. Oh, we already have that.
135.
Oh, 35?
Here we are.
Great. Okay, new show idea.
We've made it.
Let's start one where we talk about disc golf. What do you think?
No.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should literally record a Torchies Taco podcast and create it.
And
like-
campaign for them to bring one to Kansas.
Create it.
Well, we could do that, but I mean, I wonder how many on the board of just YouTubers, how many would just listen to us only talk about? Okay, so it'd have to be like
We could
We
we
couldn't
could
go
go
for 2
there,
hours.
Right.
and
We
then
would-
like eat
right
live and like talk about it.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, when do we leave?
I have literally never been more interested in anything. in
I
my
could put
entire
wireless
life.
mics on us,
Yes.
and we would just eat and talk, and then I would just take that audio and put it out there.
That's part
Let's
of
go.
the show.
Let's go. I'm
You said, look,
interested.
Is there a
Bring
Torchies-
Anthony and Danny, and we'll bring cameras, and they can switch live. Oh my god.
and they can't eat anything though.
Yeah.
They have to
Sucks
watch.
to suck.
Let's go. Tulsa, closest one.
Tulsa this weekend.
This weekend.
I'm
A
down.
Valentine's Torchy episode.
I mean, Shay is going out of town this weekend.
How much does a pro player make that aren't placing at these top tiers tournaments, and how do they get the funds to tour if they aren't placing every weekend?
A few $100,000, I'd say.
Yeah.
Give or take,
Take
a
$100,000.
few $100,000.
I was gonna say lifetime if they're very, very lucky.
Yeah, no, not even a few $100,000.
No, yeah. Depends on what you're saying. Like who aren't placing at these top tier tournaments. Like
None of these, nobody's really touring that's not at least placing at these top tour events.
most of the time, they're going to be cashing at least enough to pay for their entry and
Yeah.
some of their food and stuff like that.
Regional pros.
So some of them get the funds to tour by getting some fundraiser discs made. Some of them get some funds to tour by running clinics or small events or stuff like that. Yeah, there you go.
Or some people drown in debt for the rest of their lives. Probably.
Yeah, some people go into crippling debt, and then that's their life.
Yeah.
For the rest of their life. Sorry. Give or take the rest of their life.
Give or take the rest of their life.
All right, you guys ready to start?
Yes.
Give or
Yeah,
take,
let's-
wanting to start? I'll take it.
That one didn't work as well, but I'm
No,
about
yeah.
it though.
Robert, if you guys started, why are you asking? Why are you telling Robert? I'm the one who started.
Yeah. I
I'll
didn't-
start a Patreon campaign for you to bring Torchies to Emporia.
Let's
this
to
do
be
morning.
it.
fair, when this Torchies idea blows up, it was my idea. I started it.
Get out.
Everyone,
Let's.
that's just like at our meeting yesterday. Just go ahead and oh gosh,
God.
dude, that's
Sorry,
so
guys.
loud.
Sorry.
Stop it.
Oh my goodness.
Stop it.
What are you doing?
My bad. Now, Zachary, that is something I should have done before
Yeah.
before the podcast.
Yes. When we were at that meeting yesterday, and you're done. Let's
And-
just close
Oh,
that
yeah.
computer.
And you're complete.
I'll take responsibility for some of that long meeting, but
No.
I had to get some stuff off my chest. So, start a Torchies franchise, and why would we do it where we don't even live? In Ma is Massachusetts, isn't it?
Oh, MA.
All right, here we go. We are at 145, so we can now begin.
That's the.
Oh,
that's
we're
the
down to
magic
144.
number.
We
Oh,
better wait.
roll it back.
Roll back.
Start talking about Torchies some more.
I wait till we get a little over 100, and then we can start getting into stuff. So, okay, so YouTubers, just as a reminder for Zachary and everybody else, this is a
Give or take everybody else.
give or take everybody else. So, just specifically for Zachary, this is you are tuning into the recording of the audio podcast. So, if you want the quality audio where we don't rant about stuff, well, we might rant a little bit. Go check it out on iTunes, Stitchers, or wherever you download podcasts, or you can watch it on. No, the whole thing will go out. Anyway, download the audio, listen to that. But you're tuning into us actually recording it. So if you want to stay tuned, if you want to get some questions answered, stay with us as long as you can, and at the very end, we'll answer some questions from the YouTube where you guys can answer live or ask live.
From the jet.
We've actually got quite a few speak pipe, so we'll hear from speak
like
pipe
Doug.
people.
I don't know.
Oh, Dougie. Super fast, occasionally awesome says, when is Eric's tour series Trespass coming out?
Ooh. I don't know.
Probably a good.
you know?
Probably a good guess would be
April?
at least maybe
May?
maybe September,
Oh. Somewhere between April and September.
give or take. A few.
But I will say they are amazing. I did get a run of them in.
Yeah,
They are domey.
honest answer is probably
They are good.
early to mid March.
Okay, March.
I think.
That's
Don't
like-
hold me to that.
That's like 2 weeks away.
It's very soon.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Ranchman. I am Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. I have with me Eric Red Leader McCabe
Yeah, all right.
and Robert,
You remembered.
give or take, McCall.
Give or take. It's more or less the same, give or take,
take.
the whole thing you just said.
Give or take. So we are back for another episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man, and we are a day late. We apologize. We had some meetings the other day, so that's postponed us for a day.
One day.
But we are so glad that you are able to tune in and download. Thank you for downloading. Quick reminder, go to iTunes, rate and review our show. Let us know what you think of us. 5
stars.
5 stars would be amazing. It's just when people are out there looking for Disc Golf Podcasts, it really helps our show rise to the top.
5 stars.
Because the cream always rises to the top. Right?
I think you
Give or
should rate
take.
Give or take.
I think you should rate it 5 stars.
Give or take 5 stars.
Oh, and here's another thing. If you guys are listening to the show right now, I'm sure that a lot of you are already subscribed to the Dynamic Discs YouTube page. But if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe and click that bell as well. That just that helps us to stay in front of more people. So please do it.
Ring my bell.
Oh, yes.
You can ring
My bell. You also
Nailed it.
missed some of the jams that we had on earlier, the GAM jams, if you tune into the YouTube channel. So if you want to check for that out, make sure you tune us in. We typically go live around Tuesday 1:30-ish, sometimes a little later, sometimes 24 hours later, but we try to get in there
Usually.
Give or take.
whenever we can. Give or take.
It's usually a little later, give or take 24 hours.
So let's check in. Eric, what
So-
did you play any disc golf the last few days?
No,
No.
I did not. I did not.
No, neither
It's
did
been
I.
cold.
It has been
It's
cold.
been. I'm over it.
Now, Robert, you played Hops and Heisers.
I did, yeah.
How'd that
I was
go?
going to, but I didn't.
I played very poorly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there. It's like almost 30, I think.
30. I think he said 30, 33 or something.
Mhm. It was really cool.
You played Jones West.
Played West. Clemens got paired up with Nish.
Oh, nice.
And Nish was apparently just banging every putt there
Nish,
ever was.
Nish, if you're watching
You better quit taking 3 strokes,
or
Nish.
listening, you are not a 3-stroke
Yeah.
person.
So listen up.
Stop.
Yeah. Cut it out. Okay.
I'm done.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Nobody out there understands what just happened.
But yeah, no, it was a cool day for it. A little bit windy, so it wasn't like my favorite day of disc golf, but
Yeah.
through the Raider a few times.
Oh, nice. How'd it fly?
Pretty windy. So if it was in the tailwind, it was quite overstable, as high speed discs are wont to do. But it was pretty controllable for me, which I really liked.
Awesome.
We threw it a little bit yesterday, also,
Yes.
and yeah, I think it's going to be a really good flight. I think people are going to be excited to have that kind of middle ground between a trespass and an enforcer defender.
Cool.
Someone
Stoked.
on the YouTube board, fake PDGA is reporting
I
DD
saw
is
that.
purchasing Catablast,
I saw that too.
and
Yeah.
the fan name will change from Trilogy to Tetralogy. Care to comment? Look at the name of the page there, Chather, and that'll get you the answer.
But also, yes, we're purchasing.
Yeah,
Thank you for
we're not
It's already,
purchasing.
already happened.
Yeah. Let's see.
this. Is
Anything
Oh,
else
yeah.
we need to catch people up on?
I've got something cool here.
What do you got?
I have a Lucid X EMAC Truth
Yes.
from the 2018 Glassbone Open.
Yeah.
250 of these things made.
Uh-huh.
I decided I want to give it away for my birthday.
Oh yeah, your birthday's
You
coming.
know, so it's a little bit of work for the listener or the fan to win this.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the video I put out today,
No.
but what it is you have to go to the Dynamic Discs website, purchase an EMAC Truth. I don't care if it's a Prime EMAC, Fusion, whatever it is. Purchase that, and in the order notes, ask for my signature. Out of all of those that are purchased, I will pick a random winner, and they will win a Lucid X EMAC
There you
from my
go.
collection.
boom.
From my collection. And it's very limited, so you only have from today until February 18th, which is Monday, to purchase it. So
All right. And if they want more detailed information, you posted it on your personal.
I
Facebook
posted
page?
it on my fan page.
On your fan page,
On my
okay.
fan page, and I shared it to the Latitude Westside DD fan page
Okay,
as
cool.
well. So
There you go.
go check it out.
Nice. Very nice. And
That's awesome.
explain that one more time. That is an EMAC Truth from what?
Lucid X EMAC Truth. There's only 250 of these in existence. It is from the 2018 GBO when I release a disc every year. That was from there. So
Perfecto.
go check it out.
All right. Let's get.
Can I get that or
If you go buy an EMAC, yeah, dude, you're in
Yeah,
the
but you
running.
have a
what are the
chance.
chances that I actually get chosen?
Slim to none, but
Give or take slim to none.
give or
Right.
take,
But I give or take slim.
give or take slim
And none.
and
Okay.
none.
Okay, fair. I'll see. Oh, we'll check it out. Cool.
All right. All right, let's get to the questions. Remember, guys, as always, you can go to discgolfanswerman.com, submit your questions, and it'll probably be a month or two, but we'll get on here. First question comes from
Full disclosure here
Yeah.
today.
First question comes from Brendan. This is on course design.
Okay.
So right up your alley, Mr. Eric McCabe. Hey, guys, I have a question for Eric. When designing a course, do you use any kind of did I ask this already? Computer-aided drafting software?
I don't think you've asked
I
that.
don't know.
Sam.
Okay, maybe it was something similar. So I work for an architectural firm and am always wondering when I'm at work if new courses are designed in CAD, which is computer-aided drafting, or if they are done through other methods of design. Is there any way for someone with CAD experience to get into helping with course design? Thanks a ton and love the show.
That's great. I mean, the more detailed maps that can be provided, the better. I mean, majority of the time, I mean, obviously all of the design process is mostly done on site. You can't necessarily just look at a map like a Google Earth image and design the course from there. So you have to pretty much be on site for it, but having that information that has elevation in it, all that type of stuff is always great. The more detail you can get into that, the better. I use, typically I'll just use Google Earth or an app called Map Plus, and it works great. I can plug waypoints in and create coordinates and all that fun stuff, and it creates my latitude, longitude that I can take to Kevin, to the design, the graphic designer for the T signs and whatnot. So, yeah, I think there could be some use in it, but like I said, the majority of the work is done actually on site.
Gotcha. Pretty cool.
I am terrible at directions and terrible at getting lost. So I would imagine if I was out there and in a few acres of land, I would get lost. Have you ever been out somewhere and got lost? You know what I mean? Because you're out there when the land is just like untouched or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I first went out to New Hampshire, I definitely got a little lost in the woods because I just started walking, started hiking through the woods and kind of marking areas and hitting waypoints and whatnot. But never to the extent of, oh my God, I'm lost.
Oh, okay.
Whatever am I going to do? Not like that,
I
but
gotcha.
but definitely like, wow, where am I kind of stuff.
Not like
But,
curled up on in the fetal position crying.
like cutting my pant legs off
Right.
and putting them on my head and nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Trying to eat mushrooms.
Yeah, having Dwight hide in the woods and
Yes.
stop you from
Trying to
I would
knock me out.
That's right. No, I would assume having someone who is experienced in AutoCAD or another program like that would be super awesome to have.
Absolutely.
I
it
don't know
would.
how it would work remotely because I know most of that is done just sitting at a desktop. But yeah, I mean, I unfortunately I don't think course design is at a place now where it's a necessity.
Correct.
But there could come a day where that's the industry standard.
But it would be great to have that information going into a new course. Like, for instance,
Yeah.
I'll be traveling here in a couple weeks, going somewhere to design a course. And I'd love to check out the area and get an idea of, the woods, how thick the timber is, the elevation, and all that can be determined from that. You can't really determine all that from Google Earth.
Right.
So,
All right, this next question, you guys bear with me on this name. We're ready?
Is it Malachi?
No,
Malachi?
it's definitely not Malachi. It's Quintino Wallachasherenamia.
Nailed it.
Wallachasherenamia.
I want so badly to see the letters that you're looking at.
can make that happen.
Worry no more. Dream no more. Fret no more. Dang it.
Malachi.
I have to
That's
send
what
it a different
somebody.
way. Anyway, his question is,
that's
hey,
Malachi.
Eric McCabe.
That's wrong.
He has like 8 E's behind his name, behind your name. Robert McCool.
Hey, nice.
That's
I'll take
awesome.
And bottom of the box, Bobby Drool Sneeze. All right.
Wow.
I do drool.
You're not wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, Quintino or Quintino. Yeah, Wallachsorianamia.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's a name.
Do you think courses should be wooded and reachable by most or something else?
Huh?
Hey, I just read them.
Do I think they should be wooded
Or reachable by
reachable
most or someone else?
by most or someone else? Yes. No. I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't either.
I
Okay.
also don't understand.
So we will go on to the next question.
I think I can kind of. I'll say I like courses to be a good mix of things,
Yeah.
meaning not all woods, but a good mix of woods and open.
I wonder if he's talking about but I mean, he says it should be reachable or something else, or maybe he's asking about the difficulty. Should the average person be able to get par 3s on everything or par 2s on most everything?
Par twos,
Birdies, yeah. I mean, not
Get birdies.
get to yeah.
get birdies on everything.
Get
Yes,
these.
that's what I meant.
I
Get
mean,
twos.
Sure, I think
was
it's. I
confused,
think you
like,
got to
what?
have a
Yeah,
good
what?
mix. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't recommend going into a town that doesn't have any disc golf anywhere near it and putting in a big, huge championship wooded course.
Nah.
I think that it's a great idea to actually start out with more beginner friendly type of a
something more
course if you don't
accessible.
have anything in the area. Otherwise, you're just going to kind of turn people off. But that's why when someone kind of wants more of a larger course, I try to put in shorter tees and shorter pin placements as well. So it's kind of a good mix that anybody can enjoy.
Dig it.
Dig it. All right, this
And
one.
give it.
Give it.
She's trying to say give or take again.
Give it, give or take.
I saw that word. Give it. What are the chances that we will see Anvil and BT Hard or Origio Plastic? I noticed that there are Prime Justices or Just I
Just dice.
for plural.
We had that one last week.
We did.
Yeah.
And I
100%.
said never,
Dang it.
I think.
I usually hit delete.
Sounds right.
All right, just for that, we're going over to Speak Pipe.
Sounds
Let's see what
good.
we got.
Just delete them all.
Just yeah, we're starting over.
We are caught up on Google form questions.
Let's see if there's any new ones here in Speak Pipe.
Hey, Cool Daddy Slick.
You are my least
Breeze,
favorite person on
All
the
right.
face of the earth.
Never again.
I even knew it was going to happen, but I thought maybe just this time Bobby won't do it.
No, he did it.
He
did it.
he did
He
it.
did it. No, this one's from Jack.
Hey, Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. I've got a question for you.
Oh.
I was wondering where you got the nickname Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. Thank you.
His parents named him that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I was in.
It's my Christian name. What are you talking about?
Well, I was in high school. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Now I go by Cool Daddy Slick.
Yeah, I've told this story and over again. And when I was in high school, substitute teacher,
Yada,
we were
yada,
sitting
yada.
around. We were, guys just being stupid. Someone said something stupid. And I don't know if I said it or somebody said it. They said, what are you, some kind of Cool Daddy Slick Breeze? And that name has always stuck with me. When I wanted to create my own media production company, I wanted a unique name. And I knew CoolDaddySlickBreeze.com was more than likely available.
Were you nervous
Not
when you went
occupied.
to search for CoolDaddySlickBreeze.com if it was already taken?
I don't remember being nervous, but I remember not being surprised when it said available. So
Oh wow.
What would you have done if it wasn't? Well, you had to change your name.
I know. I was going to be like Tri B Productions, Triple B, and I. You know what the funny thing is? I
Triple
don't
B.
remember where the triple come from.
I was going to ask, what's the middle B?
I don't know. I can't remember. But I remember making.
Or
I,
if
had,
it was like Big Bobby Brown or Bro Bobby Brown or something. Yeah.
I remember it was a camera on a tripod, and then it had like
Three
like
Bs.
like the thing coming out like a
Yeah.
like
Oh, it's probably because double B was already taken.
Oh,
I
and
can't remember.
and Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati. All right, here we go. Next one. Next question.
Can we find the rails for this show, please?
Yeah, really.
We are well off them.
You have derailed.
This one's from Chase. Hey, hello, Eric the Truth McKay.
So,
Why did he keep putting the E's? Robert Torches, Taco, McCool, and Bobby. Oh, that's it. I don't get nothing. I was thinking about running a trilogy challenge. We have 93 PDJ members in town. Wondering how many player packs I should order. Second, would I be able to participate in my own trilogy challenge?
yes.
The minimum order is
1.
10. No, what? No, 25. It used to be 25 or 10. I need to get brushed up on that information because it's coming up pretty soon. As a matter of fact, you can register this
Tomorrow,
Friday.
or 2 days.
2 days on the 15th. You
15th.
can register. I believe that the minimum is. Are you looking that up,
Nope.
Roberto?
Nope, but I can.
Yeah, you might.
While you guys are looking that up, I
Yeah.
would also suggest run a match play event.
Ooh,
an
do
amateur
it.
match play event. It is by far the easiest thing you'll ever do in your life. I'm running one here in Emporia, and I'm actually looking at potentially reaching out and running them all over the country because it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, you get a little kickback for it. I mean, not a lot, but
There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Is
no,
there?
there's really not.
There's no boundaries of where you can run one. is
Not
there?
really. I mean, of course, I would be respectful and reach out to the clubs in the area and say, "Hey, you guys should do this." And if they say, "No, we don't have time, we don't want to," then I'll say, "Well, do you mind if I do it?"
Mm-hmm.
But it's super easy to do. I mean, and every single player gets a Lucid X Escape.
Yeah. They look
Crazy.
incredible, by the way.
I saw
Oh,
it yesterday.
I saw
Oh my
one.
Yeah.
goodness!
Ice clear.
I so wanted to take a
Perfect.
picture, but they told me
my
to wait.
Gosh, it's
Rude.
delicious. And I think it's a medium Keystone.
I think that's right.
I think.
Mhm.
And as a tournament director, you can also order moonshine keystones to do whatever you want with. If you want to auction them,
Yeah, sell them.
sell them,
raise
give them
funds.
whatever you want to do with them. And it's just so easy to run this event. So easy. I highly recommend everybody does it. You only need 16 people to fill your brackets. That's so easy to do.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay up front. Everyone pays through UDisc.
Yep.
So once you have the 16 people, you have all of them sign up through UDisc, then it's done.
Done.
Then you get sent the
Yep.
discs. You press a button in UDisc, it randomizes, and you just have to say you play this person. Actually, they can just look themselves and
They can look themselves, or you can. I mean, you can do it as detailed as you want. Like
It's super
Like I
easy.
ran one and Dixon ran one here in Emporia, and they were like night and day difference as far as
the organization of them, but
Yeah.
both super easy to do.
Yeah.
I don't see a minimum on here. What I do see is if you want to reorder packs, the minimum reorder is 10 player packs. And if you have up to 10 player packs left over, you can take advantage of our buyback option, which means that you can send it back to us. You're responsible for the shipping, but you can send up to 10 player packs back if you overshoot. So if you said, he said he has 93 PDJ members or something like that, gauge some interest on Facebook, see who might be interested, and then overshoot by 10. And if you've got 10 left over, you can send them back, or you can just sell them to people.
I'd even recommend going a little more than 10 because you never know if you're going to have walk-ups that day, and you'd much rather have way too many than not enough.
Yeah, definitely. Overshoot by 50. I mean, come on.
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. Dang it, Eric.
Next question comes from Jonathan.
Hello, Disc Golf Answer Man crew. This is Jonathan from Mount Holly, North Carolina, which is 10 to 15 minutes west of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I just have 2 quick questions. So, Bobby, I'll let you know when to pause.
Nice.
My first question is, I really like
There? Oh, no, sorry.
No, he said he would let you know.
Oh, yeah, I got nervous.
throwing the Latitude 64 Explorer. So I was on the factory store, and I decided to order the Explorer in their test plastic, which is supposed to be similar to the Retro line. So my question is, if I really enjoyed throwing this disc and I decide I want to bag it, would it be a disc I'll be allowed to use in a PDGA sanctioned tournament? Pause, Bobby.
Pause.
Yes. You absolutely can. It's not the plastic that's actually approved. It's the actual mold that is approved.
They can put any plastic they want.
You're good to go.
It's good to go once it's approved.
Yep.
Pause.
Unpause. You waiting for him to tell you?
I'm waiting for him to say unpause.
Oh, let's just wait.
We'll be here for a minute. Give or take several minutes. Press it, Bobby.
Oh, sorry.
And my second question is, I currently bag a few Optoline Claymores, which is by Latitude 64, and also a Lucid X Verdict. My Lucid X Verdict is fairly overstable, and my Claymores, they fly fairly straight until probably at the end with the slightest amount of fade. So my question is, I wanted to possibly get the Gatekeeper when it's available to the public. How does it compare to the Claymore or the Verdict? Would it be any overlap, or would it fit my bag perfectly? Thanks for everything you guys do, and keep it real.
I think as long as you don't have too many discs in your bag, it should fit in there perfectly.
You're correct.
No, thank you.
But
he probably meant something different.
I think he did. I think he may have. I think the Gatekeeper is going to be pretty similar to your Verdict. Well, maybe not because it's a Lucid X Verdict, but
slightly less stable. Yeah,
I think it'll be it'll probably be somewhere in between. But I personally think that's a little too much overlap as far as mids go. Granted, I'm probably the wrong person to ask this question because I bag pretty much one mid, and it's actually in between everything that you just said. The EMAC for me personally is more stable than a Claymore, less than the Lucid X Verdict, but is good versatile disc personally. But that said, the Claymore is a great disc. The Lucid X Verdict is a great disc. The Gatekeeper I haven't spent a whole lot of time with yet, but between those two discs, I don't think you need it in the bag personally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've already covered the overstable and the straight with fade, the Gatekeeper is going to fly very similar to kind of both of those flights.
Yeah, it's definitely between the two of those.
Yeah. But he also mentioned that the Claymore for him flies pretty straight and then fades at the end, so it's not like an understable mid for him.
Sure, no, definitely not. It's decently not overstable out of the box, but resistant to turn and then with a decent bit of fade.
Yeah.
Got it. Real quick on the YouTube chat, Donald says, will there be a rip on Robert's segment again this week? That was hilarious. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Donald. I can't quite remember, but just stay tuned. We'll probably make fun of him some point down the road.
I just said it's kind of a standard now.
Right, so yeah.
Weekly rip on Robert segment.
So just stay tuned. Next one is from Matt. This is on putting. A few questions about putting. Any idea what the origin is of referring to the right side of the basket as pro side and the left side is am side? Since I miss putts to the right a lot, does that mean I should start playing open?
Yep.
On a separate but related note, I noticed Robert seems to have switched from a slammer to a scenist.
Oh, yeah. You seen this?
You seen this? for his overstable putter slot. I'm curious to know what influenced this decision as someone who is hashtag Team Slammer. Thanks for entertainment and insight. So tell us the history of Pro Side, Am Side. Is there even a documented? Or
I don't think there's a
known
documented
or-
history, but the reason that people call it that is if you're a right-handed putter and you miss on the left side of the basket, that means your putter never had a chance to make it at all. Usually because our putters are fading to the unless you putt with Anheuser.
No. And this whole argument that you're bringing up is
I think this is
you miss
why
it
people
if you miss
call
it on
that.
the it is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
You are correct there. I'm just saying when you pull it to the right, it never had a chance either. So
That's true.
technically both sides are am side if you want to get
That's
technical.
fair. That's fair. The reason that I think people call it that,
Yes.
though, is that if it fades out early of the basket, it never had the power to even get to the basket. That happens a lot. Now, if you miss on the right side, it had the power. You just missed the line, and it could have faded in maybe, but that so people call it. And am side is like if a disc is fading in early, a lot of those right-handed putters will chain out putts on the left side because that's not the better side of the basket for us to hit.
Yeah.
We want to hit
and absorb.
Yeah, in the pole, slightly airing to the right side is where like our good spot to hit is. So anyway, I think that's why they call it that.
Spot. No, it absolutely is. I've just never called it that really.
No, I never say that. I say I
So-
missed it right. I missed it left.
So is it true that you switched out your Slammer for
I just
Venus?
say I missed it.
I never said I missed it. I have never missed.
Never missed.
0%.
It's always the basket moving.
Missing. Yeah, what the heck? It's very windy. I have switched out the Slammer for the Cenos somewhat recently, maybe a few months ago, just because I had thrown the Cenos before. I really enjoyed it and just kind of wanted to mess around with it again and see if it flew like I wanted it to. I like it because it's easier to throw straight than a Slammer. The Slammer is quite a bit more overstable out of the box, and I had just lost my perfect beat-in Slammer. Like, it was so in wind, super straight, in no wind, still like nice and overstable. I had just lost that, and a Cenos, the stability of the Cenos is kind of like that out of the box for me. So that's what I've been using. I think they're both great discs. If it's going to be super windy, I will definitely put a Slammer back in the bag. 100%.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Hundreds.
Let's see.
Fitness.
Paul asked at
Hundreds.
GBO Employer Country Club Hole 16. Speaking of GBO, I
Wait, what?
posted something the other day because we actually had 8 spots open
Whoa.
on the
Am
side?
the lady side, I think, right?
I can't remember. I just know it was on the Am side.
Am Masters, I think. Am Masters ladies, I know, had a couple spots left.
I was gonna go see if those are.
What was Paul asking about hole 16
He said hole 16. Let me see.
at the ECC?
No, there's still some spots left. So yeah, 5 spots. So 3 spots have been gone since I posted, but 5 spots left in the Am division and 1 spot in the Pro division. So if you're wanting to get in, check that out. He says or
Did you
asks.
sign up for the GBO this year? I heard you're going to play it for the first time.
First time ever.
for the first time.
Playing
Excited.
Masters for the first time ever.
Are you really playing Masters?
I am.
You crazy.
I know.
This will be the first Masters in because last year you played Open.
I've
right?
played Open every year.
Yeah. At GBO Country Club, hole 16 is the signature hole of the entire event, in my opinion.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Hole 16 is the signature hole of the entire event in IMO. It's a beautiful layout that seems to be extremely difficult to birdie consistently.
Well, yeah.
What do you guys think of a hole 16 live stream or post-production video of the best shots in 16 during GBO? Anyways, great show. Keep growing with disc golf.
I love that idea.
I like that idea. And it's
a lot of-
something we've thought about it before.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
talked
it's come
about
across. The problem is you have to have a camera. We have to have an extra camera. You have to have somebody man the camera. You could set something up and just have it stationary,
that's not
but you
fun.
need
But it's just
someone to
boring.
zoom in
Yeah.
and,
And
stuff.
talk
and follow it.
And you don't
stuff
want
like
to take
that.
away from the live coverage
Correct.
of the FPO and MPO cards.
Now, an idea is maybe we can get an intern with a halfway decent camera and just have him film everything. And if he can make, maybe there's 5 really close shots or something like that, or really cool shots. That might make for a fun separate GBO
that would be
video
cool.
or something like that.
I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
With it moved farther back to the right on the island, it's going to play even tougher this year. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's a really tough hole, man. One of my favorites.
Was it not there last year?
Not
It was
for
in the
GBO.
middle.
It was in the
okay.
middle for
That was
GBO.
the classic. Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's a permanent placement.
Yes, it is. There's
Just
a
to-
lot of changes out there this
Yeah.
year.
Make sure if you're watching this or if you are listening, that make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Danny and Anthony are busy working on some really good stuff that we're going to have coming out pretty soon. They just got back. They went on their first trip to Cedar Hill Chill. They recorded the tournament, recorded some in the bags, and Miles throwing some of the prototypes that he got. So we've got some cool videos going to come out on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed there for
Yeah, and some round
Sure.
coverage.
and some round coverage, which people like.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard people like watching disc golf.
yeah, they do. They also like people that answer their questions.
Nah,
So can I get to it? Maybe.
nah.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Hey, sorry that I took us off
know.
track so much.
Gosh, rip. There it is. There it is,
There's
Donald.
a rip in the chat.
All right, this one from Jeff. Hey, Disc Golf Engineering Crew. It seems Emax putts are always nice and level with little to no fade.
Doubt it.
His is a style I'd like to copy. What's the secret other than throwing bazillions of practice putts?
Good freaking luck copying Eric's putt, because that's like, okay, I'm going to answer for you briefly.
Okay.
You have to throw bazillions of putts because Eric's
Has
putt
thrown bazillions of putts.
Yes, Eric's putt didn't look like that on day one.
No.
It looked like that after years and years and years of putting in the wind and committing to a spin putt. And his, like, the control that he has on his wrist is so very good, that even from range, 50, 60, most of the time, if he's not making it, he's hitting metal. And if he's not hitting metal, he's not blowing past it. Like, he doesn't three putt very often like a lot of spin putters do. So as much as I would like to say, hey, here's the secret, and maybe you have a secret.
There is no
but
secret.
It's,
I mean,
it is pure repetition. Do it over and over and
Exactly.
over and over.
I mean, honestly, it's just repetition for me. It just comes natural. I don't even think about anything when I'm putting. I just putt.
I would love for that to be what I do when I
just
putt.
So if you were practicing Eric's putting in Brazil, would it be a bazillion Brazilian putts? Come on.
You are 100% fired.
No,
I'm right though, right? It'd be a bazillion Brazilian.
only if it was a Brazilian individual.
Oh,
Kyle,
we
Kyle
don't know
on
what
the board-
Jeff. Maybe Jeff's from Brazil.
That's true.
Kyle on the board says, sounds like Eric is old.
I am old.
If you've thrown bazillions of putts, you must be old.
And if it is, then I mispronounced his name because it's Hef.
Hefe.
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 This one's from Jaakko from Finland. Jaakk. Oh wait, when there's double, isn't it like a
Yeah, cool.
Double
Jaakko?
entendre.
Jaakko, not Jaakko. Jaakko.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
You have to almost double pronounce it in a sense or something. Anyway, I have watched hundreds of tournament videos from the U.S. and it seems to be quite common that the players are throwing even though there are people walking in the middle of the hole or throwing over the street just when there's a car coming towards you. Wow. Is it unpleasant for you to throw in such crowded places in your streets and parking lots? It just looks like you don't even care if the disc hits a random guy walking from the park or if it makes a dent in the car. But is it so? Well, I make a lot of assumptions there. Jaakko.
Wow.
I think you're very much overgeneralizing things when you say videos from the U.S. It seems quite common that players are throwing over. But the fact is that a lot of our tournaments, even our big prestigious tournaments, are played on public places, public parks, public courses, or public areas. And so, yeah, you're going to get people now. Bigger tournaments, they try to announce, they put signs up, they let people, they rent it if they have to say that it's theirs, but it's still public and you're still going to have people that don't know and they're going to be walking. But no, they don't intentionally throw discs.
I don't think that's lately that hasn't been like that. The last few years, I don't feel like you see a whole lot of people throwing and hitting cars and.
No, you don't see a lot of it. I mean, I'm just thinking of the Arizona, going into Arizona, it seems like every year.
That's a little different to me, right?
Why?
Well, I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's a whole nother topic I'm not going to get into right now.
Oh, okay.
But
it just seems like there are people
Arizona
that walk,
is the exception. You are 100% correct there. That Fountain Hills is. I'll be honest. I am surprised that course is still in the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
There's so
has
many.
anybody been hurt? Anybody hit out there?
People
I
have been hit
guarantee you
100%.
people have
But
been
not
hit,
enough to
But I
make
don't know that anybody's been hit hard and
there was
caused damage.
Last year, maybe 2 years ago, I saw an elderly lady walking her Chihuahua around. Very, very short dog.
Chihuahua.
And very, very short lady. And just not really paying attention to what was going on. And a disc came in just in front of her feet and just under her dog's feet. Like
I remember.
as it was walking, I thought the dog was dead. I
Yeah.
literally thought that its legs were taken
Chopped.
off. Yep, that's it. Now you are just a legless
Torso.
dog. Yes, you didn't get to move that much before, but now you're definitely not moving. So yeah, I'm shocked that it hasn't gotten pulled or people haven't gotten hurt more seriously out there. Because but that's kind of the exception because there's so many pedestrians, like you said, more than any other course that we play by far.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, this question is from Elliot.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Elliot. New listener here, love the podcast. You've probably answered lots of questions like this, but I struggle a lot with consistency. I can and have birdied almost every hole of my home. Did we talk about this?
I feel like I feel like, yeah.
Yes, I talked about this one with Chris and Jordan. Sorry, my bad, guys. I accidentally did not delete it. This one's from Richard.
What the?
Because the course is okay. My local course is on the grounds of a local VA medical center. Because the course is on federal property, we cannot run a mini tournament or any other event that requires a buy-in, as charging money in this manner is prohibited on federal property. This is the only course in our county. How do we grow the sport locally, so as if we can't organize events on the local course?
Man. I mean, bless you.
Pardon me.
That's
Tried
a
to hold
tough
it
one. I mean,
don't
if
know.
you don't, I guess you got to approach the county or the county and just kind of see if there's any other areas or continue hosting clinics. And just because if you're trying to grow the sport doesn't necessarily mean you have to charge people to come in and play events or to host clinics and whatnot. You could do tons of free clinics and get more and more people involved that way. And then maybe you can find another piece of land or potentially maybe a golf course you could rent out or something along those lines that will allow more disc golf in the future in your area.
Yep. You basically nailed what I was going to say. Just because money can't change hands doesn't mean that you can't still grow the sport.
Yeah.
Next one is from David.
Hey, Disc Golf Answer Man. Eric the Truth and Nothing But the Truth. McCabe. Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. And Robert Does It All McCall.
Don't do
I had a quick question
Don't do
about
nothing.
nets. I see a number of people on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that throwing into like baseball nets for like training purposes and just working on their form. And I think from listening to the podcast that you may have answered this before, but if you could give an answer to this and kind of talk about whether you've used a net before or if you suggest that it's a good training tool or recommend it or pros and cons. Well, thanks guys for the time and keep up the good work. Peace.
Peace.
I haven't used one very much. I've thrown into one, but not as a training tool, just as speed gun or something like that.
I think if I was working on my form, I could see advantages to using one. But on that same note, a lot of times when I'm working on my form, I'm watching the disc fly to see if I'm turning it too much, or I can determine a lot by the flight of the disc. So you can't really tell that from a net. But if it's too cold in your area or you don't have a lot of room, keeping your form up throwing into a net would be no brainer.
Yeah, and working on release points too, I think.
Or even
could be
putting
cool.
into a net
Yeah, definitely.
if you don't have a basket or something like that.
Yeah, not a bad idea, but you're not going to gain
I'll say
all the information that you could.
I would say if you have the option to go to a field, go to a field. But if you don't and the net's the only option, do it.
Net away.
Net away?
Would you get
So do away with the net?
Net away. You're done.
Net away.
Would you get a net result?
Well, that result.
Data. This is Alex from Georgia.
Figures. What?
Hello, Disc Golf Answer Man crew. The evidence is a staple in my bag and holds any line you put it on.
False. Sorry.
We haven't got to the question.
My bad.
However, I don't know any DD players that bag one. Do you know many DD players that bag an evidence? DD. What are your thoughts on this disc, and why don't more DD players throw it? Seems like it would be a great compliment to the EMAC Truth, which most DD pros already bag. Thanks, and keep it real.
Right there.
DD.
Yeah.
Right there. Keep it real.
We gotta
real.
hold on. We got
Why
our
is that
we got
not
our
there?
I don't know.
we gotta get our keep it real lamp. There you go. Clicked it on for you.
Does that work?
I clicked it on.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you're good.
Oh, okay. Well, and this isn't really keeping it real, I guess, but
Not that we spent all that
yeah.
time talking about.
yeah, I don't even remember the question now, but
Why don't more people throw the evidence?
well, I think he said why don't more like
Pros.
DD players? Like
Yeah.
I think he's talking about pros, and I think the reasoning is because they have tremendous amounts of arm speed, and a disc like the Evidence is going to be a little bit too understable for them, and they can get a disc like the EMAC to probably do exactly what you do with the Evidence and get it to hold any line that they want. So brand new EMAC, you can get to force over and turn and hold that Anheuser line. You could also get it to fly straight. You can also get it to hyzer out if you need to. As where players like Oakley, he comes over the top a lot on his drives. Not that that's bad, but he does. He rips the disc, and I think the Evidence would be just too understable for him.
Yeah.
I could see a player like Zach Melton, though, really benefiting from having one in the bag, but he also bags an EMAC and can get it to hold a nice Anheuser line. So I think that's probably, if that makes sense at all. Does that make sense to you on why?
Yep.
I think that definitely makes sense. I know too that so many of our pros like the EMAC Truth and those sorts of mids that they like to cycle those in. And so for
Yes.
me, the slot that I would throw an Evidence in is occupied by another EMAC Truth
Yep.
that's just understable now.
Yep.
It's just beat up. I've also found the Evidence to be, for me, just right in between the types of throws that I would want to throw. Right.
Correct.
So, EMAC Truth, and then I throw a Fuse that's more unstable than an Evidence.
Correct.
And I don't know. I just yeah.
Correct.
You are correct.
There it is.
You are correct, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me that I am correct, and also chuckling at something else in the meantime.
No, it was just funny when
No, because he was
stated
laughing at I
the
throw
way-
an EMAC Truth. I go, yes,
Oh yeah, that's correct.
that is correct.
You
It was
have
just funny how you
made
stay.
it correct.
I have two eyes. Correct.
Correct.
like you said.
My name is Robert. That is correct.
That is correct.
That is
Correct.
correct.
All right, so I wanted to let you guys know about some new stuff that we're excited about. We have some. I know a lot of you guys like Moonshine Plastic, and just that last Friday we had some new stuff come out. So I want to make sure people were aware of it. We got the Moonshine Judge.
In what plastics?
In classic blend, and prime. I want to say.
Yep.
Maybe
You are
Was it prime?
I didn't know there was classic R's, though. That's cool.
Yeah, classic Moonshine Judge and classic Prime Judge
I thought it
and
was-
classic blend.
Okay, cool.
And then
Excellent.
And then the same with the Deputy. We have a classic Deputy, classic blend Deputy, and classic or Prime Deputy, which are all moonshine. And I can attest that these moonshines are really nice, good moonshine. We also have the Dagger in the retro, the medium, and the hard plastic. Then the other one that I'm super excited about that I can't wait till the weather warms up is the Air Sheriff, or as Danny dubs it, the Sheriff. Sheriff.
Yeah.
So check those out on our new release section.
Bobby
at
threw it, he said,
dynamicdisc.com.
Whoa.
I was like, whoa, that's good.
Were you like Joey?
Yeah, Joey from Blossom. Yeah.
Nobody, none of our listeners know.
No,
who
no,
that is.
that's not.
Let's see. This one comes from Jacob. He says, I have most of my bag filled with trilogy discs, except for my drivers. One of my most primary driver is Innova Shrike. Is there anything that is like the Shrike that's not a king?
Like the Shrike.
You mean the disc I was going to recommend?
Renegade, then?
The King.
What's wrong with the king? Well, I mean, if it's
No, I think what he's asking for is slightly more stable than the King.
Oh, so Renegade.
It's not
Oh.
more stable than the
Okay. Captain.
The Captain might be good. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that has some high speed.
I've never thrown
Turn.
a Shrike, so I don't know. what that
Neither
thing
have I,
flies
but I've
like.
just watched people throw them. I think the Captain has a decent bit of high speed turn, but then some fade at the end as well. So you might get a flight kind of like the Shrike out of it.
Captain.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain.
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 No, it's fine. Captain. This one's again from Alex. I'm curious how touring pros watch video coverage of tournaments. I'm assuming they open their eyes and hit play.
They're there.
It's like we had to tell Doug the other day. There's this website. It's called YouTube. Have you heard of it?
It's so bad.
We're
So we
hoping
tell the
we're
story?
hoping the YouTube picks it up.
Do we tell the story?
No. We'll leave it alone for now.
Do they mostly watch it to study the course and the way other players attack it, or do they not? Or do they watch it just for fun? Do the pros get as excited to watch the post-produced coverage as we do?
I honestly, I would almost venture to believe that not too many of the top touring pros actually watch tournament coverage, and here's why. It's usually next day coverage, so a lot of that stuff is coming out while they're still playing the event. In the last round, it comes out. I mean, that next day stuff probably usually comes out Monday for the final rounds, and by Monday they're already on the road, probably going to their next stop and focusing on the next event. Now maybe they watch it all, through the off season or in the evenings or something.
Probably
Possibly
something
some
like
of them
that.
do, but I would venture to believe that the majority of the touring pros don't watch a whole lot of the coverage.
100% agreed. Sorry, correct.
Correct.
But they do watch it.
Give or take.
I don't think a lot of them do.
No, I mean not as with as much
No.
enthusiasm and like you said as the non-touring players. But there are times where people were talking like, "Did you see where such and such did something?" I've heard it before. I've heard it
From touring pros?
Yep. Charlie from Texas asks.
Moving right along.
False.
Correct.
Oh, you're right. They do watch it when they're doing commentary on it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This one's actually from Bryce. First off, longtime listener, first-time questioner.
Nice.
I'm 17 years old and a rec/intermediate level player. I have a couple of Trilogy molds in my bag. Love the EMAC Truth and the Harp. But I'm pretty new to Trilogy terminology with regards to plastic. I put with P-line P2s and was wondering what the DD or Trilogy equivalent is for the P-line or Pro Plastic. Thanks a ton. P.S. Shout out to Southwest Florida.
Southwest?
Florida Disc Golf Organization.
I've been down there a few times. That's
And
where
just in case if you're new, I just a little education, little education.
Edumacation?
Edumacation. Trilogy is a name given to the three companies, Dynamic Disc, Latitude 64, and Westside Disc, by fans. It is not something that but obviously we embrace it because it's much easier to say than all three names.
True.
So anyway, what in the three? We can. There you go. Let the moon set.
Okay. This is a Robert question. I have no idea what.
P2s. P-line.
So
PP,
so
P2, PD.
D-line is kind of like our prime plastic. So the closest thing that we would have to P-line plastic would be just classic hard. Most of the time, the P-line plastic is stiff and it has a decent bit of grip to it. Not quite as much as the super baseline plastic. So probably the closest disc that you're going to find to a P2. Either a Marshall or a Shield in feel
Pretty
and
overstable.
stability. Yeah, it's got some stability to it. If you're getting a Marshall, you'd want to do a classic Marshall. If you're getting a Shield, it would be a
Zero
BT
hard, or BT.
BT hard Shield. You think that, Anthony, is that the best P2, either Marshall or a Shield? Okay.
Which one? Exactly which one? Shield.
Anthony says Shield's your best bet,
So does Jason.
and
Brown.
he would know. What?
What? So does our Australian friend.
Oh yes, correct.
Correct.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
He's such a goofball.
He's
His
awesome. That
videos
last
are the
video with him and Oakley
Danny.
was the best.
best. Dude, he's a winner, man.
The
He's
best.
an absolute
Did you see
winner.
that one?
Yes,
That was the best.
he's super funny. Pass that over here. I got some stuff to talk about.
The
Bobby.
best.
All right, so we got stuff talking. Remember, we got audio people listening. So
All right, audio listeners, the time has come for another in-store signing at the Dynamic Discs retail store. We are going to do that this coming Friday. Friday will be the 15th. So if you order between right this second,
Right now.
and 3 p.m. Central on Friday, February 15th, our 2018 FPO World Champion, Paige Bjerkes, is going to be in the store signing some Frisbees. Along with her will be the recent mover over to Latitude 64, Grady Shue. Paige and Grady will be in the store together signing Frisbees. All you have to do is put your order in, put in the order notes that you want them to sign your order, and they'll take care of it for you. No additional charge or anything like that. We actually just made this Dymax disc for them, and if you are a podcast listener not on YouTube, I'm going to describe it to you a little bit. These guys really like playing Uno and card games and things like that out on the road, and so we have a disc that reflects that. We've got Paige Bierkus and then some Uno cards up top, and they actually form her PDGA number. And then if you flip the disc upside down, you've got Grady's PDGA number on some Uno cards. I think the disc turned out actually really well.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so they're two peas in a pod. They're, super cute together and stuff.
Paige's PDGA number is so much lower.
Yeah. Hers is a cool number. She's 33833, which is pretty cool.
So why the Uno
So
cards?
cool.
They just
like
enjoy
cards.
playing card games and board games out on the road and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So they did it. So these are going to be available on dynamicdiscs.com. If you want them to sign that
of
disc,
these?
you can. If you want them to sign any other disc, you can. You can definitely order some Paige Bierkus signature Fusion Judges. Super good. And then I know one of Grady's favorite discs that he likes a lot right now is the Cutlass from Latitude 64. He's liking that for his distance driver. So check that out.
Also, order an EMAC and have all of us sign it, and you're
Come on.
automatically in the
Yeah.
winnings to win
Hello.
a Lucid X. So win.
Win. We all win.
We all win. I win, you win, we all win.
So yes, that is this coming Friday, February 15th.
Oh, Nick, you're so funny.
Orders until 3 p.m. You can ask for them to sign. We're also going to do a live in-store signing session with them, so I'll be sitting next to them and, asking them questions and joking around. Most of the time, they'll end up making fun of me as per usual.
Yes.
So it's going to be a good time. Check it out. There you go.
Next one is from Chad. This is on courses. Which do you play more? Heavily wooded courses like Iron Hill or more open courses like Winthrop Gold?
What do we play more?
And which do you think is better test for the top pros?
What we play more is more open style because that's what we have.
That's what we got.
That's all we really have. I mean, Pan is about as wooded as it gets, and it's not even close to wooded.
There's a couple holes at Cottonwood Falls that are
That's
wooded.
true. There's those 3, 7, 8, 9,
Yep.
10. That stretching through there is kind of wooded. But I enjoy wooded courses. I think they're a lot of fun. I grew up playing park style golf. What do you ask? What's
Which is the better
test for the top pros.
Yeah.
I honestly, personally, I would rather see players play more open style park golf with big holes, par 4s, par 5s, OB, whatever you want. My thing with wooded courses in determining like a world champion or a major winner is there is a little bit of luck involved. There can be a little bit of luck involved. Sure, if it's a place like Idlewild comes to mind, you could throw the same line as somebody else and kick deep into the woods and they kick into the fairway. It's just
Right.
And that's golf. That's golf. So for me personally, I would rather see players get out and play bigger, a little bit more open style. I mean, you can have some trees and some holes you got to carve and whatnot, but for the most part, I'm a big fan of big park style golf.
Yep.
And it's easier to film.
Definitely easier to film. I enjoy playing in the woods more across the board, unless it's like really dumb, no lines woods type golf. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But if it's fairways and defined fairways, even if they're tight, I'm fine with that. Just make it fair, But I agree with Eric. I think the best test is something that's like. Or even a mix of the two, like this year's Worlds in Vermont, Fox Run Meadows and Brewster Ridge.
Or
One wooded course, one open course, but with a lot of OB marked off.
But that was last year's Worlds. Just so you know.
Sorry, yeah, the most recent Worlds.
Oh, okay.
That's what I should
Well,
say.
Waco is a great example.
Oh
of-
yeah,
of
nine
open and
holes,
9
tight,
and 9. Yeah.
Titan wooded, 9 open.
You guys ever seen that clip that's been on Facebook or whatnot, where it's like old school from that old Frisbee movie where they're on the beach and the guy pulls out the disc and it
with
has
the blades.
it has the razor blades on
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
I
Napoleon
think-
Dynamite.
No.
No.
That's the whole reason that I make that joke is your face just now.
I think that would be a true test for pros if they use those discs.
That's true.
It's survival of the fittest. Actually, yeah. Just
With goalies.
full on
goalies.
survival.
We need goalies in our sport.
Oh, hey, good putt. No.
I am putting with an
All right,
enforcer
next
from now
question.
on.
While we do that, someone just said something about the bet disc. I think they're in the corner, Robert. They got put down and not put back up.
Yeah, that's our power couple disc. We're so cute together.
Yeah. Alec asks, I've been playing for a year. I started putting with the Shield from Westside and switched to the Harp a couple months into being a serious player. I can hit 9 out of 10 from 15 to 25 feet with the Harp.
Solid.
I recently switched to the Deputy and adopted more of a spin putt. Now I'm throwing way over the basket. Can you recommend a disc that is somewhere in the... What did I do?
No, keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you recommend a disc that is somewhere in the middle of a Deputy and a Harp? Wow.
There's
like
about
every one of them.
100.
Every
Yeah.
disc we have. Every putter.
Let's see. All other putters.
Can you recommend something in between the Harp and the Deputy within Dynamic?
Well, let me...
Please, God help me.
I have a suggestion.
I got a suggestion, too.
Was it over there?
No, that's just the one that says 1003. It's not the bet one with me and you on it.
Anyway.
We'll figure it out.
I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
You're making 9
Where am
out
I
of...
there, Eric?
Huh? No, let's just keep it real, Bobby.
Sorry.
You're making 9 out of 10 putts from 15 to 25 feet. Is that what he said?
That's
with
what
the
it says.
Harp.
Yep.
Why are you changing?
You might want to stick.
That's a good point.
If I'm making 9 out of 10 putts with what I don't care what it is. I'm
Now, he
gonna
says he
continue
switched to a
using it.
spin putt, but probably the same answer.
Same answer.
Why?
Yeah. I mean, stick with what works. I mean, I know you want to make 10 out of 10, but I mean, 9 out of 10 is pretty solid from
That's
25
true.
feet. I
That's
mean,
true.
And if you are just looking to change, the only thing I can think of in the DD lineup would be a slammer. That would be similar to a Harp.
Yep.
But something in between a Harp and a Deputy. I mean, you've got the Judge, the Warden, the Marshal, the Guard.
Yep, all 4 of those would be in between. I would obviously recommend the Warden. I think it's the best putter that's ever been made, but it's not everyone's favorite. So just grab a couple and see which ones work for you. I think all 4 of those that you just listed would be good for spin putts.
But also keep making 25 footers with your Harp.
Yeah, that's good too.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Or switch to the Warden and make 10 out of 10 putts.
No, you won't.
5 stars. 5 stars.
Now he'd really notice. I mean, you should notice a difference from 15 to 25. But when you start getting outside of 25, you're really going to notice the difference between the Harp
outside
and the
25,
Deputy, right?
definitely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's when I suggested to you
Yeah, the Warden.
to putt the Warden.
Oh, we should have said that. Dang it.
That was years ago. Now
That's
you've got
true.
the Deputy.
This
You
is
make
true.
everything.
This is true.
What a fantastic
I make
suggestion
11
you've
out of
made.
10.
Hey,
Is that right?
11 out of 10 putts I make.
Wow.
with the Deputy.
Man, I almost came in super hot with something rude, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I did want
11 from 10.
Yeah, I've made 11 putts a lifetime from 10 feet. Quick question from the board. I think this is kind of cool. Mike Wassenmiller says, Eric, talk about your perfect marksman putting league round. How did it feel? Freaking Eric put down a 75 during
Killed
a
it.
Winter Marksman League round. Just to put that in perspective, there are a lot of people who don't get 75 points during the whole night. So that's missing 0 putts from 15, 20. No. Yeah. 15, 20, 33. Right?
Yep. And
20,
then
20-foot marksman, 33-foot marksman.
Yep.
5 for 5, all of those stations.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Hit us with it.
It was ridiculous. Bobby actually was there.
Yep.
And he was doing some filming,
Some Snapchat stuff.
some Snapchat with his glasses, and it was crazy. Like,
It was pretty cool.
I mean,
When you just feel like you
like
can't
the
do
first
anything
one,
wrong.
the first one was like, yeah, I mean, you should make all those.
Every time.
The second one, yeah, you should probably make majority of those.
Yep.
And then the third one is like, as
All
soon as
right.
you start feeling that flow,
Full tester, yeah.
which is great because then you go from the 33 foot to the 20 foot marksman, so that's a little easier, shorter wise at least. The hardest one for me personally is the 33 foot on the marksman because I've hit so many times on that marksman and they just kind of pop out. So to be able to jam sesh 5 in a row was pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
It was awesome.
Also from the board, we got Bentley. Bentley says 11 out of 10, give or take.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's super cool. I've gotten just the worst scores at Winter Marksman League. So putting up some of the scores that Eric puts up are just like, come on, man.
Shout out to Zach Melton
Cut that
for
out.
winning the global though.
Did he really win the whole thing?
Well, he's winning right now. I don't know how many weeks we have left.
That
But he's
dude
in
is-
first and I'm in third.
That dude is an absolute killer.
To be fair, I'm in third and I only went to 4 weeks or 5 weeks.
That's
so
true.
Zach,
Yeah.
sorry.
Zach, though, Zach is a much better putter than I think people give him credit for.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
You know why?
I give him a lot of credit. Are you the one that
Judges.
don't?
Because
give
he
him credit?
puts with judges.
Yeah, but
That's
if he
why.
put it with Wardens, he would make 11 out of 10, give or take.
11 from 10, give or take.
11 from 10, lifetime, give or take.
Next question comes from John.
Gosh.
Hey, what's up, guys? John here from Kansas City. Growing up playing basketball, I was often told that you want to hold your hand like a goose's neck after you release the ball, just to kind of ensure that you're following all the way through
Swan dive.
with your shot. So when it comes to disc golf, I was wondering if there's anything you think of just to make sure you're following through with your putt. Is there like a certain way your hand should look right after you release? It seems like it's something I'm kind of struggling with, and just getting like a consistent and clean release. So thanks for taking the time to answer, and rock chalk.
Yeah, rock chalk. That's what's up.
Rock chalk, he says.
Same
follow
thing.
through just like you're shooting a basketball.
We're laughing at something you have to be watching on YouTube. Sorry,
Once
audio.
you let
Sorry,
the
audio.
once you let the putt go, your wrist looks like you're reaching in a cookie
Swan
jar.
dive.
a cookie jar. But for reals.
But for real,
man.
when I focus on following through, I want to make sure that my hand is extended all the way to the basket. If I'm not following through, I realize that my hand comes like just a little bit lower on my body, and I also notice that a lot of times when I'm not following through, I watch the putter out of my hand to the basket. What has always helped me to follow through the most, and this isn't for everybody, but it helps me a lot, is when I'm putting, I pick the chain link that I'm going to look at, and then I watch that all the way through, even after I've let go of the putter.
Don't even look at the putter.
Yeah, just watch that chain link, because it helps me to focus on committing all of my energy to hitting that chain link. I've had a lot of, I tell this to people all the time who ask about it, I've had a lot of putts come out feeling terrible, but I'm not watching the putter, so I don't really know where it went. And then they sneak in somehow if I'm committing to watching that link all the way through. So
for me, it's
something that works for me.
It's extension.
Yeah.
Extension and just following through. Like I've always said, majority of the time if I'm missing putts, it's because I'm not extending and following through.
Yep.
So I do like to, there's no like really right or wrong way to do it. For me personally, if my putt is on, it's, I mean, you can see my hands like wide open toward the basket. So, what about you, Bobby? What do you do?
For what?
Make 11 from 10.
Good question. Good answers.
I follow through.
Yeah, you do.
Right, and then my hands open like a almost, well, not quite a handshake.
I don't think you'd want to let it go like this.
I go like this.
Yeah,
Bobby
there you
goes,
Yeah. Give me some more.
give me some
Money, please.
Money, please.
Oh, man.
Gosh.
swan dive.
So
And
if you what?
rock chalk.
Rock chalk. So if you watch Park and Rec,
Park
Mona,
and
Mona
Rec?
Lisa, the character that was on later in the
John Ralphio's sister.
and she is in the
Money,
movie
please.
Venom, and we watched that the other night, and every time things got serious, I just imagine her going, "Money, please." All right, last question. The last question is from Denzel Washington. No,
What?
Denzel. So YouTube guys, get your questions ready, and we'll get to you, but we'll answer this last question here on the audio show.
Hey, Bobby Cool, Daddy Slick Breeze, Eric the Man McCabe, and Robert Team Warden McCall.
My man.
I just had a quick question about y'all's practice routine for putting. I am currently struggling with my putting, and I try to practice every day, but don't seem to be getting any results. So I was wondering, what do you guys do for practice, and about how long each day do you guys take to set aside just for putting? I appreciate everything you guys do for disc golf, and I love the show, and have a good one.
So first of all,
0 minutes, give or take.
Can I give or take an entire day? It's can I clarify something? When he said when he practices he doesn't see any results while practicing?
I was gonna say that.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
go ahead.
I guess the question is, if you're not seeing any results while practicing, you're definitely doing something wrong, because the goal of practice is to either
See results.
drill down your form or get used to watching the putter going in the basket. Like, you want to make putts while you're practice putting.
But you just said you don't like to watch your putter going in the basket.
Okay, sorry. Once it is in the basket, then you're like, then you kind of take the blinders off, and you're like,
Yes.
oh,
Okay.
I made it.
Bird
Perfect.
box.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. If you're not drilling down your form and you're not making putts, you've done something very, very wrong practice putting. Those are the goals. Make sure that your form is the same every time, that it's repeatable, that it's consistent, and then watch the putter go in the basket, because the whole point of practice putting is making putts and gaining confidence from making putts. The more putts that you make, the easier it feels to make that next one.
True.
So I would start, if you're not having results actually in your putting session, move closer to the basket, even if it's 10 feet, even if it's 15 feet. Jam those. Make a lot of those over and over and over and
11
over.
times.
11 times from 10 feet. Then back up a step and feel what it feels like to make those. And then back up. Now, if you're practice putting and you're doing very well at practice putting, then you get out to the course and you're not making putts there. That's something entirely different. And if that's the case, you need to incorporate your routine into your practice putting. Whatever you're going to do on the course, you want to do that very same thing while you practice putt. If you don't, you're kind of just wasting your time practice putting other than just getting a stroke that feels kind of consistent.
Yeah.
You want every putt on the course to feel like something that you've done a million times because you have. You've done that same motion, you've done the same routine, and you're ready to make it. And vice versa on practice putting. You want that putt to feel like a tournament putt so that when you get there, it feels like you've done it before. I know it's circular kind of logic, but I promise you, the more seriously you take practice putting, the more you do your routine, the more results you're going to see from it.
Circular like a carousel. Harness the energy,
See,
block out the bad.
I was going to say very similar to
Yes.
what you said, so I would have to reiterate, but I would end somewhere with tacos. So we apparently had different
different
viewpoints
thoughts there.
What?
Pardon me, what?
Teasing.
Pardon me, what?
All right, guys, so that's all the time we have for audio disc golf answer man.
Correct.
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 Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you go to iTunes, please rate and review our show. Give us some 5 stars. In fact, let's take a look. Let's see if
Yeah, we don't
let's
do
see
any
if-
shout outs. we haven't done that in a while.
let's get some shout outs. See if we had some recent people give us some good stuff on the podcast. So we go here.
Sean says, eat tacos, make 11 out of 10
Disc
putts.
Boom, roasted.
That's the.
I'm
trick
just
right
going to
there.
add in give or take because that's the kind of day it's been.
It has been a give or take kind of day.
Answer
Eat
man.
tacos, give or take.
Why
Fair
is
enough.
it
Make
not
11.
in the store.
Make
Come
11
on
out of
now.
10 putts, give or take.
Give.
This is
And
taking
take.
longer than I wanted it to. Disc Golf Answer Man. That is the show. We have 329 reviews.
Tim says, eat tacos, don't care if you make putts.
Yeah, no kidding.
I agree, Tim.
Respect, my man.
Let's see, Mr. Yep, I'm not even going to try. The top disc golf content.
Was it Malachi?
No. I have listened to a number of disc golf podcasts out there, and this one is truly the best. Everyone on the show is knowledgeable about the sport, industry, and so much more, except for Robert. Well, I'm sorry. If you're a fan,
I was going to say everyone on the show, give or take,
Give or
is
take.
knowledgeable about
if you're a fan of disc golf, you'll be a fan of Disc Golf Answer Man. Just trying to keep it real. Thank you so much, Stiapatini.
Thank you.
Stiapatini.
Nailed it.
Stiapatini. Really enjoyed the show. I always enjoy listening and watching Disc Golf Answer Man show on YouTube. I hope to be able to start following it on the podcast
Are
now
you there?
too. The content is great. Sometimes I wish it had some more in-depth looks or tips. Really, or players who have played a long span of time.
Man, if only we had a world champion
I
on
know.
the show.
That has played
who'd-
disc golf for, 20
for a
plus
little
years,
bit, yeah.
30 years.
No, I mean I
Have
did
we-
it. I
do we
did.
ha-
Now,
have
if
we
you,
heard of one of those?
No.
I don't know.
if we go back in the archives, I have interviewed some more players. I need to try to do that some
Which
more.
we do when they're around,
Yeah, when they
but it's
come through
hard
town.
when you live in Emporia.
The best thing about the podcast is the camaraderie among Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze and Eric McCabe. Keep up the. Oh no, he says Robert.
Hey,
Hateful.
who was it? Who was it earlier who said, "Are we going to have the regular rip on Robert portion?" The answer is yes, and here it is.
And
apparently.
you're
he
welcome.
he said you're 1,000 rated hair. So
and
And
player.
1,000 player. So shut up.
it's funny how a random search for a disc golf podcast quickly hyzered into a favorite. That was touching. That was a good one. Thank you so much, Goshidnik.
Yeah, and you butchered it.
Gosh, I don't know. I bet you that's it.
Oh, yeah. Because for a second, I thought we were going to have to get the
Right.
censorship button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Great show that I always look forward to listening to. Definitely a lot of knowledge and great topics shared with the with the podcast. Thanks for the great show.
Nice.
So yeah, so good stuff. Thank you guys so much. Keep those coming in. We love it. It again, it helps us pop up when people start searching for disc golf podcasts and disc golf in general. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
All right. What do we got going?
What do we got
February 15th.
going?
You
Sign
can
up.
sign up for United States Amateur Match Play brackets. Go
Well,
to
you can. Okay.
You can sign up to run a
You can
trilogy
sign up to
challenge.
run one now.
Oh, you're right. You can sign up to play in a bracket. Is what I guess I was trying
you
to
can
say.
pay for your bracket if you're in one. Yes,
right.
correct,
So
correct,
go to
correct.
discgolfmatchplay.com or udisc.com/matchplay.
Or on your
Either
phone.
way,
If you go on your phone, you can do it that way too.
on the UDisc app?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
You
so
can
look
search.
for one in your area. They're categorized by state and province.
And what if
you're
there
in-
isn't one in their area, Bobby?
You can run one. and it's
goodness.
so,
Are you serious?
So easy.
Man. Do it.
You really need to do it because
Oh,
it's
man.
fairly simple. So anyway, so go out there. And also, on top of that, get signed up to run a Trilogy Challenge, host one in your area. Again, pretty much a tournament in a box.
It's a tournament in a box.
So many ways for you to be able to grow disc golf in your community. Some ways for you to earn a little extra money, either for yourself or for your club or for some course improvements.
What about a Trilogy Challenge match play event?
Oh my gosh. You can only use these 3 discs.
During glass blown open. Whoa! Now we are gonna have some fun. We're gonna do. Anthony and Danny have been doing challenges. If you want to go watch, they did a prototype challenge where they went out and played with the prototype discs. They're actually gonna go out and do a Trilogy challenge. They're gonna play with the Trilogy challenge disc. Of course, me and Eric are gonna make our "Is This Disc Right for You?" And also, I am challenging Robert and Eric to a Trilogy challenge.
All right.
Dude, if you're trying to get thumped, then
I'm
come on.
interested.
Well, there's gonna be handicaps.
There's
There's
handicaps.
gonna be handicaps.
Stipulations. What
So-
course are we playing?
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, maybe the winner could
Hammond?
get Torchy's Tacos finally.
Oh,
Put a Torchy Tacos close to us, and we'll get this.
Did you say Hammond?
we're not playing Hammond. We're playing like
I'm
Jones
playing
Gold
Norwood.
or something.
At least,
Jeez, Jones goal.
Well, you
Gotta
want
give me a
you want-
handicap of 33.
at least Tech College.
You want a handicap?
We're playing this
I'll
hole.
give you a handicap.
We're playing this hole right
Break your
outside the
knees.
warehouse.
Just
one
the one hole.
That's
One
it.
hole.
18.
One hole 18 times.
All right. So anyway, stay tuned to that on our YouTube channel.
that'd
Thank
be
you guys
fun.
so much. We'll see you on the next show. Bye. All right, YouTubers.
That's the
Thanks
last
for
thing that
sticking
podcast-
around. Thanks for sticking around to the show. What questions do we have?
Now let's get on with the real show.
Yeah,
Hit
now
us.
we're to the Torchies podcast here. Oh,
Comments on 5 cards being featured at Las Vegas? I think that's awesome.
yeah, super cool. All right, we froze just a second ago, so if you haven't, you need to reboot.
Refresh.
Refresh.
Are we good now, though? On YouTube?
Yes,
Okay.
we are good. We are good to go. All right, let's get to the board here. Andrew Umana says, "Does Danny still have that mustache?"
Yes.
Andrew, it is as majestic as it's ever been.
You
In
couldn't even
fact,
say it.
It gets more majestic every single day.
Somebody referred to it as butterscotch last night. I think
Butterscotch.
That's probably the best word.
That's pretty good.
And I do notice when I come out and talk with the Anthony and Danny, now it's become a habit where he kind of twirls it.
Yep.
And I think he thinks he's back in the 1700s or something.
Wait till you shave it and then you reach for it and it's gone.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh man.
When he does shave it, it's gonna be just a red,
Yeah.
like burnt,
Or
like-
it's gonna
like
be
shaving burnt,
or
or
it's gonna
whatever.
be super white and it's
Like-
when it like gets sunburned or something.
Bentley says, when are the Lucid X Mavericks coming back? Bentley, as soon as they get in, I promise you will know. A good estimate would be beginning to middle of March, I think.
Before GBO.
Yeah. Pat M and I are talking here about playing music at a tournament. He said, do you think people should be allowed to play music at a tournament? And I say no. If you want music, you can wear headphones. Do your thing. But
I agree.
But I don't think it
But
should
it can't
be
disturb other people.
Correct. He says, so do you think there should be a rule that says headphones only like I do? And I want to say is there a rule against playing music?
I don't know if there's a rule against. I know
Yeah,
you would
there-
have to
isn't there?
get permission from the group.
Oh, you mean like
obviously.
playing?
Like play on your speaker or something like on
Like a-
like a
like
Bluetooth
me?
speaker. Yeah,
If it disturbs somebody,
you can do it if it disturbs somebody.
Oh, here we go. Here we
hey,
go.
it says right here in the rule book I can do it if you're mad about it.
3.01 General.
General.
This is letter C. Players are not permitted to have audible mobile phones or audible pagers. Put your pager away, Bobby.
Pagers.
On the course during any competitive round. In addition, personal music players and other devices must be used exclusively with personal headphones, and the volume must be kept at a level so as to not be heard by other players. Yeah. So there's your answer. There is a rule, and you may enforce it.
All right, I need to record something so I can put on the podcast. So YouTube people, hang tight real quick because someone asked about Skip Ace, about fantasy disc golf. Now we haven't made a decision yet on the thing that's happening,
right? But
we're doing something, so I want to make sure. So hold on just a second. Ready? Hey guys, it's Bobby. Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. Just real quick, I wanted to say some of you have been wondering about Skip Ace or Fantasy Disc Golf. We will be doing something with Fantasy Disc Golf for 2019 for sure. More details to come. I know we don't have a lot of time left, so make sure you stay tuned here on iTunes and our YouTube channel when we talk about it sometime whenever. But we're doing something, and news to come. Facebook group on Disc Golf Fantasy Man would be good too. Thanks. Now on with the show.
On with the show.
All right, cool. So yes, that's any word on Disc Golf Fantasy Man Skip Ace. So we are doing something with Fantasy Disc Golf. We may have something different in the works. Stay tuned for that. We've got to figure it out, but we will get some information out very soon.
Kyle, along those lines, he said, who do you think will win Vegas? We are going to put some picks together for next week as we talk a little bit more about Fantasy Disc Golf. Yair says, compare Judge to Gauntlet.
A lot of there's a lot more letters in Gauntlet.
Let's start off with that.
That's a good question. I've never really messed around a whole lot with the Gauntlet. I know it feels a lot like a Judge.
Mm-hmm. It's the Gauntlet is deeper than a Judge.
Okay.
I think it is similar stability. If you are, when I very, very first felt the Gauntlet, very first time, I thought if you were coming to throw our discs from throwing a KC Pro AVR, that would be a disc that you'd really like.
I think they still make the Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think they feel pretty similar in the hand. Michael says, do you think I could raise a decent amount of money for a fundraising tournament with a temp course and temp baskets?
As long as it's well designed.
Yep.
And a well-run event, then yeah.
Sweet. Chaser says, I heard a rumor about a Netflix documentary being filmed at Las Vegas Challenge. Anyone else hear anything?
Nah.
No, but I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know if it would be Netflix
I don't know
level.
if it'd be Netflix
I know that there's, I mean, to be Netflix level, it's got to be pretty big. And it's.
I mean, that's.
I mean, you're only going to get stuff like Bird Box or something that's already super popular. Well, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got Sandra Bullock, has some kind of
Bird Box.
star power or something behind it before it goes straight to Netflix. So I don't know that it's a Netflix documentary. Now, it could be a documentary that may end up at Netflix years down the road. So
I can dig it. Ramos says, Paige Pierce and our boy Zach Melton will win Las Vegas Challenge.
Yeah.
We would love to see that. And honestly, Paige Pierce has years all the time where she dominates. She wins a lot of tournaments. We will not be surprised if she wins Las Vegas Challenge. I think Zach Melton is somebody to watch out for this year. Mm-hmm. He's been playing some really, really good golf. And he plays through the winter. A lot of those guys take the winter off. Maybe they start playing a little here and there. He's been playing pretty consistently through the winter. So
I think Emerson Keith is another one to watch out for this year as
Definitely, 100% on that. Let's see. Donald asked, did the Disc Golf Answer Man versus Smashbox duel ever happen?
They got scared.
No, they're scared.
They got scared.
I mean, Johnny's not even on, so he's so scared he can't even watch the show.
And Terry's so scared he leaves the country.
Yeah.
Johnny probably tuned in yesterday and just sat waiting for the show to go live.
You're probably right.
Sorry, Johnny.
Has anyone joined Bobby on the keto diet? Or is just Sebastian? Sebastian is definitely not on the keto diet.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
What kind of dog is Sebastian? He is a French bulldog.
Sebastian is hilarious, by the way.
He's a clown.
And so Bobby and I live right next door to each other. We share a wall. And so our dogs play together pretty frequently.
Yeah.
They've become pretty good friends.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Pat M says, Robert, by the way, people always say I look like you. If disc golf ever becomes more popular, I will be the first person to dress for you as Halloween. Pat, you will not be the first person to dress as me for Halloween. There was a couple of people who did this year. A couple of our younger team members thought it would be very funny, and then they did it. And then one of our graphic designers for Halloween this year, without consulting me, dressed up as me, and we wore almost the exact same thing that day. Fully of my own volition, chose my clothes. He chose what I thought I would wear that day, and I showed up to work, and I had been bested. You can check my Instagram if you want picture proof of it.
Pat M, I want proof of how
kind of
close you think you look.
Ooh, yeah,
Robert.
that's a good idea.
Post a picture, take a selfie, and put it on the Facebook group, Disc Golf Answer Man.
Or like people have done with me before.
And maybe it'll get approved.
That's right. They'll put a picture of Jordan Peele and me next to each other. They think that we look alike. So yeah,
Key and Peele, Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what A-Ray swears that we look very, very similar. So there it is. But yeah, put a picture of us next to one another. We'll we'll check it out. I like it.
Did Bobby just? Oh, that's now fantasy disc golf. I'm in.
Was Burns the Dachshund robbed of Best in Show last night? Did you watch the Westminster Dog Show, Bobby?
I watched I missed last night. It was part 2. I watched part 1, but not part 2.
Let's see here. Eric, how about using discs as coasters? Wouldn't look so funny when you guys try to put bottles back to the table in slow motion. It still makes noise though, right?
Yeah.
So look, here we are. I just set my bottle down slowly, and then here, that was a lot more quiet. I am surprised by the amount of
it's quiet, but
sorry,
it's just kind of out of respect. I think I do it. I'll just start doing that. Sorry.
Bobby and Robert living next to each other sounds like a sitcom.
It's called Bosom Buddies.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peterman.
Cut it. All right, let's see.
Check out Channel 9.
What disc is similar to the Rock X3?
The closest one in feel in our family is the Mace. That's the one that feels closest to a rock, or an Anchor feels pretty close as well. In flight, I would say, yeah, it'd probably have to be like a retro Anchor would be a really good substitute for that. Let's see. Sean says, question for EMAC. While jigging for walleye during ice fishing, should I use spoons or jigging wraps?
Ooh.
Are you getting jiggy with it?
Getting jiggy with it. Neither.
Okay, neither. You're welcome. Does Moonshine add as much stability to Classic Prime as it does to Lucid? I think it's a little bit more for Lucid. Of the Classic Prime stuff that I've seen, they fly pretty similarly to the regular stuff. Yeah, it does sound like a sitcom.
Are you getting the shoulder tattoo, Bobby? Sean, who must follow me on Instagram. Yes, I want to get...
I voted yes.
Did you vote yes?
I voted yes.
I want to get a tattoo on my shoulder.
You should get Sebastian.
The only thing...
We'll see, Bass.
You got to go to the right person.
If that guy over there is
But you knew where I was getting at? Well, you know where I was getting at?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I've seen people get them done. Like yours, it looks like Ralph. Yeah. But I've seen people get them done, and they don't look like the person or the pet.
You need to go see my guy.
So that would be my fear.
You need to go see my guy.
But at least once you have it, then you have it forever. So at least you have something that doesn't look like your dog forever.
But
it's true.
I definitely am going to get a cross on my shoulder. I just want to pick the right one. I mean, I have the cash to do it, but I would rather... I have different budget categories, and I have a tattoo budget category that I'm slowly... I'm trying to be fiscal.
Yeah, fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
Pat says he will take a picture of himself next to me, but he'll need some time getting his hair ready first.
All right, you get 2 days.
Nice. Chaser, the hair product lead did pan out. I have it open on my computer, and in fact, I opened it as soon as you typed it in the chat, so I will be ordering lots of those. Thank you very much.
Will Bobby do an in the bag? Yes, I'm going to do it in the bag. I don't know what it'll be like. I don't think it'll be on the DD YouTube. I'll probably just put it on my own YouTube channel, but yes, because the race to 850 is on.
Yeah, you better start playing.
Huh?
Better start playing some events.
I've been playing all year. What are you talking about?
What?
All year.
How many rounds of disc golf have you played this year? 3?
Define a round.
9 holes?
What constitutes
a problem?
No. None.
Occasionally Awesome said, what would be the most similar to a 12-time KC Firebird? We have got some pretty good options for that.
KC
Another 12-time. No, I think we've got some good options for that. The Ati from Westside is very shaped very similarly to a Firebird and does a lot of the same thing. I think the Pioneer might be a good replacement, and then the Lucid X Felon I think would all be very good replacements.
All good.
That. Yes.
Should I adopt a French Bulldog or a pug? That's an excellent question.
Get a French Bulldog with pug mix.
I had a pug. I've had 2 pugs. Had a French Bulldog. They both were awesome little doggies.
Little doggies. Marty says, what was the weight of the Sheriff that Bobby threw?
Oh, what was that weight? Do we have that still? Do you remember the weight of the Air Sheriff?
In the 150s.
I think
probably
it was 180, 85.
It's probably 156, 158, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Chaser asks, how's Bobby's I.O. Robert Torchy's budget looking?
It's coming.
Non-existent, huh? Okay, cool.
Give or take.
Oh, well, Sean's right here. He says he makes 11 out of 10 putts. He doesn't need to practice.
True.
That is fair. You are not wrong. You're checking the weight on that?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
158.
What you got?
All right, so here's the Air Sheriff. It is a, yep, one. Oh, there it is. Nope, 159.
159. Nice. Let's see. Lucid X EMAC. How does it compare to the Verdict? I bag a Moonshine EMAC and a hybrid Verdict.
The Lucid X is very similar to the Verdict. Now, if you want the most overstable version of the EMAC, in my opinion, it is the Lava.
Yep.
The Lava is more overstable, and then the Lucid X is somewhere in between Lucid and Lava. So it's pretty beefy, but I'll also say it's difficult to find.
That is true.
So,
of the regular ones, though, what's the most stable?
most stable EMAC?
Yep.
Lucid.
Yep.
Moonshine is pretty good too. It'll beat in a little quicker, but all around Lucid is the best in my opinion.
Yep. Greldick says, what's your go-to putter to hold an Annie line off the tee, and what plastic?
Good question. Right now I'm throwing a Fusion Judge for
Yep.
that
Mm-hmm.
for that shot. Paige Bierkes signature Fusion Judge.
So, okay, this isn't disc golf, but I see this discussion on Frenchies and pugs.
Well, that's more important.
I know.
I missed that.
Frenchies have their problems too. Oh, the snort. Yes, because they have the anyway, they have a smush face.
Yeah.
That's part of the breed. And yes, they do snore, and they snort a lot. But Sebastian sleeps in the bed with me, so his snoring doesn't bother me. Now the pugs.
Does your snoring bother him?
Probably.
Yeah.
The pugs had to sleep in a different room because one of the pugs was snored really bad. So, yeah, you just have to make sure that if you're going to adopt, make sure that you do a good search for if the dog is healthy. If you're going to buy from a breeder, make sure it's a legit breeder and not some, what do they call it? What's the word for the bad people?
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember it, though.
Dog, not farming, dog. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure it's a legit breeder if you're not going to adopt.
Do you know it's illegal to do that now in California?
To do what?
To breed dogs.
Really?
Yeah, I think the only place you can get them now is like at shelters.
Probably because it's over rampant over there.
Yeah, everywhere.
Puppy
It's
mill.
sad.
Yeah.
Puppy mill.
Yep.
That's the word. Yeah.
Don't go to puppy mills. Don't support
No.
puppy mills.
We've
If
got-
you support puppy mills, I don't support you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got just a few minutes left, so if you have questions,
We do?
drop
Is
them
there a
in
timer?
the. Well, yeah. I mean, we got other things to get to.
We do?
Eric's going to be gone the whole freaking month of March. Come on,
yeah.
man. So if you do have questions, drop them in the YouTube chat. We'd love to answer them for you. I'm going to circle back to Greldick's question. What's your go-to putter to hold an Annie line off the tee, and what plastic? For me, that is a Blend Warden.
This is the guy that just walked in. Maybe he probably don't want to be on camera, huh?
Trump.
He's the one that dressed up as Robert.
Oh, yeah. We
Oh.
were talking about some guy said that he has gotten told that he and I look alike. So he said he'll be the first person to dress up as me for Halloween, and I said nay. Somebody has already, and it was fantastic. Check out that Instagram, J. Robert McCall. Go follow me. Oh yeah, by the way, the Purge stole some of our followers.
Yeah.
Purge.
So anyway, but yeah, Blend Warden is what I use for that. I think once it's beat up just a little bit, it just holds an Annie super easily. I like that a lot. Let's see. Oh, Sean says, can you hear Bobby snoring from your house, Robert? No. I very rarely hear Bobby whatsoever from my house.
But I can hear him from my house.
That is correct. No, if he's the one time that we've heard him that we weren't expecting to is when he started playing music to clean the house.
Yeah.
And that it was at like 10:30 in the morning, and so I mean we were up, we were just doing stuff, and he texted right after and said, "Hey, can y'all hear that music?" But I mean we could hear it so subtle, like you could never tell what song it was or anything. So.
Now I text this past Saturday. I
texted before,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm cleaning. I need to do some jams. Are you guys awake?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's Bobby's been an ideal neighbor, no doubt about it. We've actually eaten dinner together a lot. It's been super fun.
Yeah.
The two of us and my wife and our doggos.
Oh, I'm making that cracked chicken too into my new Instapot.
Nice.
So.
Oh yeah, Bobby bought an Instant Pot because Shay made a whole chicken in the Instant Pot, and it has been fantastic. It's fantastic. For the guys other than Robert, Mercy or Warden?
Mercy.
Only because I have more experience with the Warden.
False.
So Warden.
All right, let's keep it going.
Why are Instant Pots the devil?
No, true. That's sorry, false. Sean says, I have a German Shepherd with no smushed face, and he still snores like a freight train.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we're dwindling down to non-disc golf stuff, so we'll call it a show so we can get on with the show, our own show. Thank you guys so much for tuning into YouTube. You guys are the best. You 119 are our favorite.
Yep, that's true.
Of all time, so thank you so much for tuning in.
Especially if all 119 of you go run a match play event.
Right.
It's so easy to do, and
a trilogy challenge.
If you are
and go buy an EMAC Truth from
And
the
win
store
a-
on
that's
the
right.
13th or the 18th.
If you are an amateur player and you want to play in the event,
guess what?
You can get your entry paid for if you just run the event.
If your bracket fills.
Bam. Just like that. Look how easy.
Yeah, Temp's playing mine.
Sweet.
I will give a heads up that we will have a show next week because we're.
That's right.
Right, but then the following week we will not have a show because we will.
And I
be
will
in-
probably not be here much of March.
Nocho.
Oh, okay.
Can't talk about where I'm going just yet, but I am going.
It's a secret.
Away.
He's going to jail.
I'm going not to jail.
Okay.
Prison.
Oh, I'm Prison Mike. The worst thing about prison is the Dementors.
But for real, get ready to subscribe. It may take a while for us to get to one, but be ready to subscribe to the Torchy's Taco podcast.
Let's do this.
Can we call it that?
No.
We
can
can
call
it
it the Tremendous Taco Tuesday.
Well, let's just
talking.
Let's just do a taco podcast. It doesn't have to necessarily always be about Torchies. We could eat other tacos.
Well, everything will be compared to Torchies.
Yes,
though.
that's fine, but that's one way around not having
This is
Torchies in the title.
Here's where I'm going to have to cite creative differences. There are no tacos other than Torchies.
You know, I don't know, man. Elmar Mole.
I mean, the
is
main
joking.
topic will be Torchies, but I like the idea of comparing.
Yeah, let's go to Elmar Mole.
The
and do
biggest
this.
one will be fuzzy tacos.
That's an easy decision. I've eaten there plenty of times. It's
I have
nowhere
not.
near-
I have not.
It's nowhere
Let's
near
go.
as good as Torchies. I'm telling you right now.
This is never gonna happen.
I know.
It's never gonna happen. But if we ever end up in Austin, I've got plenty of taco places scoped out.
We could do Marmal's, and it can build
Marmal's.
MARMOL.
Elmar Mole.
Elmar Mole.
We could build up to the official Torchy's taco one.
Let's do it.
Why could I would want Torchy's somehow? Maybe we could call it the Taco Torchy podcast.
What if we call it the Torched Taco Talking Tuesday? You're welcome.
And we do it on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we do it on.
It's going to be a Wednesday podcast.
Someone had to go and Talkcos.
Talk
Torchy's
Tacos.
Tacos.
Let's,
I like
Hey,
it.
let's talk about it.
Let's do this.
And we have to invite Guy Boyan at some time. Eric.
No.
It's a come on.
No.
For the amount that dude says taco, he deserves to be on there.
No.
Anyway,
No. That guy.
he's a guy.
Carne
I love Guy.
Carne asadas.
Okay.
Asadas.
Yeah, we did it.
I want some
We're
tacos.
gone. All right. Thanks, guys, so much. We'll see if we can figure out the whole taco thing.
Taco.
Thanks, Chaser, for the hair tip. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, wait. I forgot we were gonna do this. We're gonna end it on me dancing and looking all fancy and stuff.
What? When did we ever decide this?
The way that you started dancing, it looked like you were in the 20s, just doing like the Charleston.
It looked like he's doing the Michael Scott.
Look, Michael Scott. So
And that's how you do the scarn. Or
Whoa.
like, shut it. Shut it.
So I want to thank all our YouTube people for tuning in. It's been a great show. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you grab a loved one and you tell them you love them. Make them feel special this Valentine's Day.
And eat some tacos.
And while you're celebrating with your significant other, remember that it is Eric McCabe's birthday as well. So
Oh, yeah, tomorrow. That's right. Happy birthday.
Make sure you toast to Eric McCabe tomorrow.
While you're with your lover.
Why-
Yeah. And they'll be like, this one's for Eric. And they'll be like, who's that?
Wait, what?
Who is Eric? Hold the phone. Who is Eric?
Oh, goodness.
Who even is that?
All right,
Oh,
we
boy.
gotta go. See you guys.
Bye.